people don't use their jobs. They let their jobs use you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, there's value in a job if you use the job. Like, let it be I'm all about equal value propositions. I don't mind being used. People be like, I ain't gonna let nobody use me. I'm happy if you use me. If I get to use you too. Yo, what up? Right now I'm out ATVing in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs. I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur. My mentor, Nehemiah Davis, 8-figure entrepreneur.
Listen to me, y'all. And I don't even want to put him in a box. I know you teach 99 ways how to get into real estate, how to use OPM, but this man's going to teach y'all just entrepreneurship, period. How to get in the game, stay in the game, and get that 6 and 7 figures, man. This man constantly investing in himself, putting himself in rooms. This is why he's on that next level. This is why he's been making this type of impact for so many years. But now that man coming out and helping y'all do it. So when Blake said, yo, I'm about to go crazy, I said, I'm looking at it. So listen, if y'all interested, getting your money right, getting your time back, and be able to scale and grow your businesses, AstenCeo, Blake, I'm telling y'all, don't look nowhere else. When you told me the 99 ways, though, peep this, I never heard nobody say 99 ways.
Right.
I heard about 1,
you heard a couple,
2, 3, 4, 5 max. 99? Yeah, okay. Y'all
crazy,
tripping if
y'all.
y'all don't. But hey, I really don't. 99 ways? It's impossible to fail.
Most important thing y'all can do is get in the room. Welcome to another installment of It's Crowded at the Top. I'm your host, AstenCeo. Go ahead, shoot me a text. Let's keep in contact. 859-605-3297. 859-605-3297.
Bomb.
Something's been on my mind lately.
What's happening, man? Talk to the people.
You know, it's like a lot of people, they hear about my entrepreneur journey, or like how I quit my job before I ever made $1 for myself, and just like 100% bet on myself. And like, I'm not a fan of jobs. You know, I'm the first one to tell somebody like, quit.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need, like, we think that we need it, but at the same time, I would not advise anybody. I wouldn't advise one single soul to do what I did, as far as just jumping off the porch.
Right.
But when I tell people that I jumped off the porch, they don't hear other messaging that I say of the plan that I put together before I jumped off the porch. Like, they think I just, fuck it, I quit.
Yeah.
They don't know that actual real life planning and strategizing, like, went to get out my job. So I want to tell people about that, because I've said it time and time again, but people just seem to miss it. So I'm like, I'm going to just put the whole shebang out, like exactly what happened.
Okay. Yeah, they need it.
I ain't going to tell the whole history of I ain't going to tell the whole stuff from ground zero, but I'm going to tell the story from when it began time to quit my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm following you. I got some questions already. I'm gonna see if you answer them before I ask them.
Okay. So let's say this. My last job that I worked, I was working for a bank. I was a banker, retail banker, regular banker. You come in, you want to get a new debit card. You want to repin your debit card. You talking to me. You want to apply for a credit card or a regular personal loan, business. Like, I'm just doing regular retail stuff. I wasn't like an investment banker or nothing like that. The reason that I even worked that job was because my previous job, I worked for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. The goal was always I didn't know what it was going to be at the time, but the goal was to always work for myself. Enterprise, I was working 60 plus hours a week. When it got bad, like the worst week ever that I worked was 72 hours.
Which is crazy.
Monday through Saturday. So I'm like, I would be so exhausted. And my excuse was, even though looking back on it, you have time for what you want to make time for.
Always.
Well, I guess I can't even use that excuse because I quit the job to get more time to work on. I went and took less money at the bank, whereas technically it really wasn't less money because I was working less out. Like I was getting all that overtime. That's the only reason why I was making more money. So technically it really wasn't less money, but it was less money I was taking home. I was like, I want a 9-to-5 job that's 40 hours and I only want to work 40 hours. A bank, perfect situation. It's only open. Think of a bank, bro. It's only open between this hour and that hour, and it's closed.
Right.
Any holiday, anytime the stock market's closed, the bank's closed. When I was working for Enterprise Rental Car, the only holidays we had off was Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day. That's it. We getting President's Day off at the bank.
Right.
We getting what's a little holiday like?
Oh, I almost said something, but the culture would have had my neck if I would have said what I just thought about. Because they would have misunderstood the sentiment. Columbus Day?
Fuck Columbus, but Columbus Day, if that's like we get that off.
Yeah.
Or now people trying not people, now they trying to make it Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah. Which is worse.
But regardless, we get them off. Like it was so many 3-day weekends, Friday off, Monday off. Like any little holiday, the bank's closed. We off. I was like, cool. So now I got some time to figure out what I want to do. Quit working this one job to get more time back to focus in and have some hours and time to what I want to do. Because when I was working for Enterprise, I would just be physically exhausted to the point that, and I only had one suit and I was broke. So it's like I'm out here busting my ass every day, washing cars, doing everything, washing cars in the heat and stuff in my one suit, get home, fall asleep musty on the couch, wake up middle of the night, like, damn, try to take a shower at like 3, 4 in the morning just to wake up at 5:30, 6 and be musty going back. Like I had like one actual suit where the jacket and pants went together. I had like maybe 2 or 3, maybe at max 4, like white button-up shirt. I would be stank, bro. It's just
just call a spade a spade.
Yeah, I would be stank, bro. It's like whatever.
Sheesh.
But at the bank, I was like, okay, I want to learn about how money works. So in my brain, where is money working at? The bank.
Right.
That's why I even applied at the bank, but I didn't just want to work at any bank. I wanted to work at a bank where people with money bank.
Right.
So I chose a location. I don't know if anybody know. I know you know Houston. And Houston, Rice Village. Rice Village, it's kind of a nicer area of Houston. Like house values are up. There's a bunch of people that don't look like us that live there.
Right. Yeah. Say that.
And on top of that, it's a lot of business owners because Rice Village is just all a bunch of like, I guess as far as a business aspect, it's a lot of diversity because they have like a lot of different cultural restaurants there. Like they got one of my first spots to go to is a spot called Istanbul Grill. Like they got a Turkish restaurant. They got a Mexican restaurant. Like it's like I only know this because they would all be banking with the bank. Yeah. And I'll be like, oh, it's multicultural as far as all these businesses around here, but as far as the community and what lives there, white. Yeah. White, snooty, nose stuck up in the air, think I'm better than you type of people, right? But anyways, I was like, if I can't get placed in a more affluent location, I don't want to take the job. Right. Like if they just being honest, if they stuck me smack dab in the hood, in the middle of the hood or the bank in the hood, I wouldn't have wanted to. Yeah. That defeats the purpose of what people people don't use their jobs. They let their jobs use you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, there's value in a job if you use the job. Like, let it be I'm all about equal value propositions. I don't mind being used. People be like, I ain't gonna let nobody use me. I'm happy if you use me. If I get to use you too.
Right. Not just a one-way street.
Let's use each other.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Which is everything.
But everybody, no matter what, whether people want to admit it or not, you're using people for things that you want to get.
Yep.
And nothing's wrong with that.
Yep.
It's human nature. It's the way of the world.
Yep.
But don't just let people use you. Like, use them at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, make it a two-way street.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. I get the job at Rice Village. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm seeing all these people come in. And this is another thing that I learned about money. I was like, this is for the first time that I saw with my own eyes. People that looked. Because, in our community, it's a lot of looks. Oh, they look like they got it. Look, they shining. Look, he got the chain. Look at it. Look at their car. Look at their house. Look at their clothes. So I'm seeing these white folk with these big body Benzes and the 745s and all this type of stuff. And then I look at their account and they sitting here like arguing over an NSF fee.
Right. Yeah.
A non-sufficient funds fee.
Yeah.
Like, really, I need this 20. I'm like, man, you in here every month. Like, you ain't got, you look like you got.
Yeah.
So that was the first time that really I was like, oh, the look don't equivalate to the habit.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that I noticed. Second thing was, there was one customer in particular. If he ever watches, his name is Antonio. Should I say his full name? No, I'm gonna just keep it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just keep it at Antonio.
Yeah.
This guy named Antonio, he would be walking in, and his accounts was chunky. And there was a lot of them, and they were all 6-figure accounts. But it was like a 6-figure accounts. I was like, what does he do? But they were all like in different companies. Like and the companies will be like weird names. Like, it wouldn't be like something that you would think is like a cool business name or nothing.
Yeah.
It would be like Wildcat LLC, which I'm from Kentucky Wildcats. I'm like, what is Wildcat? What's Wildcat? I found out he owned property in Kentucky.
Wow.
That Wildcat was just so he knows that's Kentucky. Or if he owns some stuff on Main Street. If he owns some stuff on 123 Main Street, it's 123 Main Street LLC.
Yeah.
He owns some stuff at 423 Johnson Street. It's like 423 Johnson Street LLC. And so then I get to talking to him, and I ask him if we can. I'm fast forwarding to the actual real stuff that I learned. I asked to meet up with him to have like lunch and stuff, because by this time I'm like, I'm about to quit. He's like, all right. For one, he tried to talk me out of it, like everybody be trying to talk me out of everything. But once he saw, like, oh, this is what you really want to do, I was like, yeah. Like, I'm done made my decision. I'm out. He was like, okay, what's your credit like? The time my credit score was straight, it was like over 720. I was like, it's over. He's like, I was like 720, something like that. Hovering around, a little less, a little over. He's like, all right, go get as many credit cards as you can before you quit. I'm like, for what? All I've ever heard of credit cards, get one credit card, only use it for emergencies, pay the balance off in full. I was like, I got a credit card. Why I need more? He's like, all right, you about to be an entrepreneur and you're not going to have W-2 income. In the event that you need funding for something, nobody's going to mess with you.
Right.
For like 2 years, or unless you start to really show on paper that you really making real money. Nobody gonna mess with you. It's like, God forbid, if times get hard for you and money ain't coming in, you can at least fund yourself with these credit cards until some money starts to come in. I'm like, all right. That makes sense. Like he ain't say just go get them just to be swiping and having them. It's like, so you have this cushion of possible funding in case you fall on your ass.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, in worst case scenario, if you don't pay it back, what the hell they gonna do?
Right.
Just a credit card company. Like what they gonna do?
Right.
They're gonna send you a letter saying we want our payment. Then they're gonna send you another letter saying they just gonna keep sending you letters saying they want your payment. And then they're gonna send you a different color letter. Like a yellow one or something, then a pink one and a red one or something. Then they'll send your stuff to collections or whatever. And he's like, "What?"
And then that's a whole
But in reality, though, like real life situation, though, the way he was talking to me and stuff that I've seen and experienced, it's like really what's happening outside of just them just sending you letters and a score dropping.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, shoot, if you out here broke, and like really, what do you need a credit score for anyways? And your credit can always be repaired.
Yeah, that's real. And fast too, for real.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing or if you know the right people.
Yeah.
So I was like, the way that he put it, I was like, you right. Like even to this day, I'll pay back. Like if I do business with one of my friends or business associates, I'll pay them back before I pay back Visa, American Express, MasterCard, the bank. Because I'm like, I got to see, if you loan me, I got to see you. I would rather pay back you that I know if shit hits the fan, I could reach out to you, the person that knows me, that will be willing to lend a helping hand.
Right.
American Express don't know me.
And don't care about you at all.
But people don't think like that. They be thinking like, let me pay back all these companies. And I don't want to pay back my friend $800 though.
Yeah.
But that friend, when you need $200, they gonna be there because they know you. It's a face to it. It's a relationship to it. Yeah, I got a relationship with Amex, and they be calling my phone all the time and whatever. Like I love American. You know, I love American Express.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it got to the worst of the worst and I couldn't feed myself, Amex don't give a damn about me
at all.
But my homie that we done made bread with, or my business associate that we done made bread with, we got an actual relationship. They'll look out.
Yeah.
So I think I got like 4 credit cards from the actual bank that I was working at. And then, I got them all from that bank. And then maybe one more.
What was the total? Like total credit limit?
It was so long ago, I can't remember, bro. I think the highest one at the time was maybe 12 to 15,000. A couple was probably between like 5 and 7, and another one that was like 5 figures. I just remember I vaguely remember, and I could be wrong, but I feel like I want to say it was like close to 40,000 total. Like an available credit.
And knowing you, that go a long way. That go a long way.
But especially for at the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Because at the time, my monthly expenses was at the time was like way less than 2,000. Like,
yeah, that's
like maybe my rent wasn't even 1,000.
Yeah.
So maybe.
And then the truck, you ain't had no note on the truck.
Yeah, I ain't had no car payment.
Yeah.
My monthly expenses might have been $1,500.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That right there is huge, because a lot of what be holding people back are their expenses.
Yeah, but you know me, I'm already low just by nature. I'm low. I play the cut. You can't even notice me in there. But then it was really like, we ain't spending no money.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like my pops, love them to death, but my pops and my uncle, they would say that they got a free check every month. So think your bills are due, say most of the people's bills are due on the 1st. Okay, so you get that check. and then you pay all your bills. That check that you get in the middle of the month where no bills are due.
Mm-hmm.
My pops and uncle would call that their free check. We can go spend this when this our free check.
Mm-hmm.
I've done heard that so much. The
Yeah.
free check, this is my free check. And then I seen what spending their free check did to them.
Yeah.
This is the save check.
Mm.
I would get that check in the middle of the month where ain't nothing. That's all of that's
just going away, putting away.
All of it's getting put away.
Yeah.
Check for the first, we paying the bills. If I still owe something, I gotta pay something with that in the free check.
Mm-hmm.
We paying it, and then 100% of that
gone
is getting thrown in the savings account,
mm-hmm.
which goes into another strategy of when I quit my job. I had like $20,000 saved up
mm-hmm.
when I quit my job.
Right.
So I had like $20,000 saved up and $40,000 of credit cards. At the time, I didn't know that $20,000 was a lot of money
mm-hmm.
because people. So I don't know nothing about money, and certain people that I've seen flash around 20 bands like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard stories of my cousins going to Miami for a weekend and blowing $20,000. They was living a certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, I've literally seen like my cousins just pull this out of their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Like I ain't got nothing. This is all I got to my name.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was riding with a certain friend in the car one day.
And that was me, world. That was me. I was like, bro, yeah. You have no idea.
But this was a big that actual moment though when I was in the car with you, like.
And look, and shout out to B-Lock, man. For I like how you came in. You didn't want to put me out there like that. You left it upon me to put myself out. Yeah, I was like, yeah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, we was in the car. I was in the car with you and I was like, yeah, dog, I think I'm about to quit my job. I was like, but I had this goal of getting a year's worth of salary saved up, which at the time I was making like roughly around $40,000.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wanted to get $40,000 saved up, but I only got 20.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, it's gonna take me forever, but I just can't stomach this job. Like, I'm about to quit. And you looked at me and you was like you was driving. I was passenger and you was like,
in the Kia Soul. Yeah.
You got $20,000?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, bro, that's all I got. And you was like, bro, you got 20 racks? And I was like, yeah, you don't? You was like, no.
No. Not at all.
But to me though, and the life you was living at the time, you had a house.
Yeah, I had a lot going out the door.
You had a car.
Mm-hmm.
You had a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
You got rid of the motorcycle and got like a Spider.
Mm-hmm.
You had a room. You had a room in your house with like a nice looking studio.
Mm-hmm.
You was having parties and kickbacks like every weekend at your crib.
I was blowing money fast.
You eating out all the time. You at the bars all the time.
Yeah.
You going out all the time. So I'm like, you got money.
Nah, bro, that money come in and go out.
Yeah, and then it's like when I saw that you was like, bro, you got 20,000. I'm like, yeah, you don't. He was like,
nah.
No, and I think you said I ain't got nowhere near no 20,000.
Nah,
I was like,
I remember at the time. Quick story. Like what had happened was that money had got depleted because the first year I had underpaid on my escrow, so my mortgage had damn doubled.
Mm-hmm.
I was dumping. You know me, bro. When I believe in something, I'm a dump.
Yeah.
So I was dumping money into the music, that the marketing area. Like I was blowing racks, bro, on marketing that was failing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, nah, no way. It was like, no way.
But that day though, that put the battery in my. I said, "Oh, I'm quitting."
Yeah.
It was that moment in the car that I was like,
Yeah, you better off than you thought.
Yeah, like I'm doing a lot better than. I'm doing a lot better than what I'm thinking. I'm doing a lot better than what people's out here doing. I'm like,
for sure.
All right. And then I'm calculating my monthly expenses as well. I'm like, well, shoot, this 20 racks will last me.
Bro, legit. I think we talked about this before about like the different stages of like money and like wealth and being rich and whatever. And like it's just about time, how long you can go with the money you have. Like, bro, you well off.
Yeah, I was like, so I was like, all right,
man,
I got this 20 racks. Shoot, I'm up here saying my monthly expense about $1,600 a month.
Yeah.
Like, shoot, this is about all right, bet.
Yeah, nah,
I'm out.
Good. You good.
And the Antonio dude, he told me also go to the doctor, go to the dentist, do all that stuff, get your credit quick. I put in my 2 weeks. They ain't believe me because by the time I put in my 2 weeks, the last day landed on April 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, play good one. I'm like, nah, fam, I'm out. Plus, on top of that, stuff internally was going on. I already felt like they was about to fire me anyway.
Oh, word?
Yeah, because my first manager at the bank, he knew that I was working on starting my own business.
Mm-hmm.
He would actually be giving me guidance and stuff that could maybe help me or be educating me on banking products that, hey, you can apply for this, blah, 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 blah. The next dude that came in, he was like one of them like super micromanagers.
Mm-hmm.
He'd tell you what to do for the day. Or he might want something done like, okay, Blake, call this list of people. Okay. 6 minutes later, Blake, what you working on?
Yeah.
I'm calling the list of people that you told me to call.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, hey, what you doing? I'm calling the list of like nonstop all day. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Where me, because I know I hated that. Like, if I'm paying somebody for something, which I hate supervisors and managers because they act like they bosses, but they not
at all.
But they be like, my branch, my store, ain't none of this
at all.
Ain't none of this yours. But anyways, like I'll pay somebody if they do the job. I'm gonna pay you to do the job. I ain't gonna stay. Like I might check in, especially if you give me a deadline, just like, yo, what's up? But I ain't gonna be like, hey, what you doing? Hey, what? Obviously, I hired you, or I'm paying you for a reason. Like, do what you do. I don't do what you do, so I'm gonna let you do what you do.
Right.
Bro, so he was one of them. Plus, on top of it, found out that I had a business that I was working on, which I never worked on at job. It was never a conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Blake, I heard that you have a business. Is that gonna be a problem? Like, yeah, I've never kept it a secret. Everybody knows. My coworkers know. Yeah. I opened up my business bank accounts here on my lunch break. Like, it's not a secret.
Right.
It turned into some stuff. By this time, I'm checked out. One of the dudes that was a financial advisor. I just get paid by the hour.
Mm-hmm.
Financial advisors, they got like commission stuff. They make money off of selling investment products to the customers and whatnot. The way that the funnel goes is, the retail banker refers people to meet with the financial advisor. If I see people with a certain account balance or whatever, to the financial advisor.
Yeah. And
then we supposed to get ranked on some sheet and possibly get some bonuses on the back end, which to me, that ain't no money. I'm not about to send this person to you to get $50. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The financial advisor, he calls me in his office one day. He's like, hey, Blake, man, I don't ever get any referrals from you. Like, let's talk. What's going on?
Yeah.
And I'm talking, I know how to work and maneuver in the workplace and stuff. So I'm BSing for real. Mm-hmm. But then he shut the door. Okay, he shut the door. He took off his glasses. He said, Blake, come on, man, let's talk. Like, for real, let's help each other. What can we? I'm like, oh, we talking. Mm-hmm. That's why I took it. I'm like, oh, we talking. I'm like, all right. The dude's name was Frank. I'm like, all right, Frank. Honestly, I don't see the point in me sending stuff for you, and I don't really get
Right.
nothing for it. Like it's no real reason or incentive for me to feel like doing extra work just to get you paid so you can just go get like make your bins payments and stuff. Oh, what do you want to do? I heard you had a business. Brings it up. Oh, well, my business is this real estate. Blah blah. I'm trying to do this stuff about wholesaling where you can basically flip house without using any of your cash or whatever. I ain't really break it down, but just said it like that. Oh man, that's dope because see what I want to do. I don't want to work here either. I want to start up my own private investment firm.
Yeah.
And my clients from here, I'm going to pluck them from here and bring them over to my own private firm. Blah, blah, blah. So look, why don't we help each other, this, that, and whatever? I'm like, all right, because the way he was presenting certain stuff was making it like beneficial to my personal life. Like if I help him, he'll help me like within my personal stuff.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool. I got you. I'll start working a little harder, send you some referrals. But same day, not same day, next day. Next day, I get off of work at 5. I leave because the bank closes at 5, but the drive-through closed at 6. The way that for security measures, people may not know, like a banker, they can't touch. I'm assuming it's like this at every bank. This is how it was at my bank. I have keys to lock. I don't have keys to unlock certain stuff. Everybody got different keys. It takes 2 keys to be unlocked. I need one of my keys and the teller's key to unlock this. So the teller needs me to unlock this. Or I need this person to unlock this. A banker, you'll get fired if you touch some money. I can't touch money. I can't hand nobody something. They drop it, whatever. I ain't helping them pick it up like nothing. Like tellers touch money, period. They the only ones that have access to me. And there's no reason for a banker
to touch money.
To touch your money.
Yeah.
I will never be behind you cashing a check. I will never be behind the teller line counting this or whatever. So by security measures, even though the bank's closed and the drive-thru's only open, a banker has to be there until 6 because they don't have certain keys to lock stuff up. We both got 2 different security codes to put in to exit to lock up the bank. And you need both people like to leave or whatever. This day, it wasn't me that had to stay until 6, like somebody else had to stay until 6. I leave at 5. My homegirl, which is still a friend to this day, she was like a teller at the time.
The one I met.
Yeah. She was a teller at the time. I guess they came in, it was like higher upper up, like regional managers and stuff. They came in, hey, after closing hours, like around 5:30 or something before they closed. And they just made a beeline straight to my desk. It was like trying to open stuff, but I like lock, which you're supposed to lock your desk and stuff because you got people's personal information and stuff. And they were trying to open up my desk and unlock my computer and was asking people stuff. And as soon as she got off of work, like at 6, like 6:02, she like, Blake, they came and they was looking at your desk and blah, blah, blah. Like, what you do? I was like, I ain't did nothing. She like, I don't know. What they was asking about if you had a business and blah, blah, blah. And this, I'm like, Frank, who I just talked to the dude.
Yeah.
So he tried. I'm like, Then a couple days later, they talking about, I talked to the manager. He talking about, blah, blah, blah. Well, just sign this piece of paper, just saying that you're not going to work on outside endeavors while you're working. It's no big deal, but we just need to sign this, say that we had a conversation about it. So if it's no big deal, why you need a paper trail? Yeah, it's just, I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay, I'm really gone.
Yeah, you out of there.
I'm out. Y'all have no clue. Like, I'm not meant for this. I'm supposed to do some great motherfucking shit and be a dope motherfucker. And just do shit that's way better than y'all. I'm supposed to be rich and y'all supposed to be looking at me. And y'all supposed to say like, hey, I used to work with him. Like, this is how this is supposed to work.
Right.
I'm like, all right, you just speed me up, Whereas if that didn't happen, I still would have quit, but it would have happened like
later.
Yeah. And it was just a microcosm of all shit happening. Me being in the car with you and realizing like I got more money than probably most people I'm walking around.
Most definitely, bro.
Talking to Antonio and him giving me some game and saying go get these credit cards and stuff. I already had them. This happening. I'm like, I'll be damned if I get fired.
But this was crazy though. If you would have been fired, you would have had access to unemployment.
Somebody told me that, but in how my brain worked, I'm like, fuck your money.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I'm like, bro, like it's just maybe it's ego or pride, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's definitely those things.
Whatever it is in me, I'm like, oh, y'all not gonna fire me. I'm gonna quit.
Fire me. Because it's just extra funds. Just extra funds, bro. Like literally.
But also in that
and I'm not saying like on purpose, I'm just saying.
No, but also in that firing though, I don't know what all goes like if you just get fired, it's not like you like it gotta be for certain reasons. Like if they have just due cause to fire you.
Right.
And I done signed some paper or something.
Yeah.
It ain't like it's like you gotta be like they gotta just fire you for some unwarranted reason. I feel like to get paid. Like it can't be because you're supposed to get fired, which they was gonna make it seem like, and then you still get like
But with unemployment though, it ain't like they like my experiences with unemployment. They don't be. It's not like this deep dive into the reason. It's just like,
but
I mean, it's all hindsight. It's just conversation.
But still though, like just my mentality even back then, which is still, I'm like, I'm not taking no.
Oh, I feel you. I respect.
I'm not about to be on unemployment. I was the kid that probably should have been on like free lunch and stuff. My mama was like, you ain't about to be on free lunch. Or when it got to a point where I probably could have been if like my pops would have filled out the paperwork instead of my mama.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's still like just to the point where I'm like, say I'm in high school, I'm starting to make my own money doing whatever I do. I'm like, I ain't about to ask daddy to fill out this paper so I could get the free lunch. I got $300 in my pocket.
Well, my pops filled out the paperwork for them Pell Grants.
See, that I wish he would have.
Yeah.
Because that's not everybody getting financial aid in college. Like it's not like that's like me saying like, oh, F y'all's basketball scholarship, I want to pay. Like that's different. That's different than putting in your number and then everybody's because we had to put in a number.
Oh, for the free lunch?
Not just for lunch, period.
Oh.
You have to put in a number because that's how they kept track of it. We put on our social security number. Because say if I didn't pay or I ain't have enough money, like they keep track, like I owe them $3 or something. Yeah. I owe them $5, I owe them this much. And then they'd be like, you can't eat because you still owe us this. So for the free lunch, that'd be one thing to put in this number. And then like, kids is mean, bro.
Kids are mean.
Then they see you don't never pull out no money to pay. And it's like, oh, you poor.
I'm not poor.
No, I'm not poor. We just need assistance. Plus high school, I had money in high school.
Yeah.
Well, for a high schooler, I had money.
Bro, I never really thought about money until college.
I had money. That's all we was on. I hooped and made money. College. That's it. But my reasoning for money, even as a kid, I had money though. Like it was like I would be like the 8-year-old with like $90.
Boy, Bezos.
Yeah,
especially in $90.
Yeah. And a lot of the ways that I am right now is like off of some kid stuff. I'm my only child.
It's like $300. Today.
I'm an only child, right?
Mm-hmm.
So say my mama, for example, if she give me some chores to do and she's like, I'll pay you $5 next week if you do this and this and this or whatever. Or say my pops pull up and he give me like $20. Like I would save it. And then it would like accumulate. Like it wasn't like I was like the 8-year-old that just like I got 90. Like it would be like this $90 is from, okay, I got some birthday money. My birthday is August 23rd, same as Kobe's. God rest his dead. August 23rd. Say if I got $10 from my uncle, $10 from my granny, $10 from this person, I got 30. Something from my mom. Say I got $40. And then maybe by August, September, October, by November, I might have like 100 because I'm just saving up on top of saving up because my mama used to make me buy the things that I wanted. So I like knew the value of $1 at an early age.
Yeah.
So it would be like, okay, I want this Stone Cold Steve Austin action figure. How much does it cost? $13. How much money do you have? $9. Okay, when you get $5 more, we'll come back and get it. I'm like, I just want it. How much money? Oh, we'll come back and get it. I want this The Rock. The Rock. I want the Rock.
Went Forrest Whitaker though.
I want the Rock toy. How much does it cost? $14. How much money you got? 12. All right. When you get $2 more, we'll come back and get it. Like that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
I want this video game. I know everything wrestling, but that was like a thing. Like I want this WWE SmackDown. I want the SmackDown game. How much does it cost? $40. How much you got? 30. All right, when you get $10 more, we'll come back and get it.
No, I grew up like, I'm gonna ask my mama.
Nah, but I'm the same way like that. I was talking to your pops yesterday, and he's like, "Man, why you like that?" Because I'm like, "Cause it's mine,
right?"
And I can be like, he's in here coaching me on stuff. Man, you shouldn't do that. I just moved into a new house, right? Man, you shouldn't do that. Man, you need this for others. For others?
Yeah.
This is my house.
Yeah.
I ain't worrying about others. You know me, I don't even like people in my space like that. Like, ain't nobody even gonna be it's gonna be a maximum of 3 to 5 people that might enter this threshold to ever walk into this house.
Hey, for the people who don't know, man, last night, I'm ordering something off Amazon for the studio. I say, what's the address? He say, who coming over here? I was like, bro, I
don't like people to know where I live at. But you know that for me, bro. Like my home, my house space, my personal space, that's me.
It's
like
sacred. It's sacred.
People not coming here, like a chick can't just pull up to my crib because you want.
Yeah.
Cause I think you cool or you won't pull up. Like, you're not about to pull up to my crib.
Yeah.
Nah.
So who you sending my address to? It's like, I'm trying to order something, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Like, you did, like, that's you led with that. Like, that was your initial response.
Because that's my first mind. Because I'm like, what else would you need my address for? And you just in town for a day and a half.
Right.
So I'm thinking you telling one of your homies or something to pull up and kick it or something.
Yeah. That was funny, bro. I was like, this is hilarious.
I'm like, hey, bro, what's your address? Who you sending it to? Who you trying to tell? Like, you ain't even ask me? But think of this though. Like as a kid though, say that I saved up my money and I bought my Stone Cold Steve Austin action figure, or I bought my The Rock action figure.
What's his face?
But look, say me as a kid, I saved up my money to buy my toy. You won't play with it. Think of kids how they play with toys.
Man.
It's rough. It's just banging it. It's throwing it. It's stuff. You can't play with my toy.
Yeah.
You play with your toys like that because your mama, your daddy, they just gave them to you. You know, you break them, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
I break my toy.
You're literally invested.
I'm invested.
Yeah.
I'm literally invested into this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're playing like this.
Mm-hmm.
You can't lift his arm up.
Yeah.
And turn it.
Yeah.
Lift this up. Like, I'm really like that. How video games, kids will like borrow the games and stuff. Hey, let me borrow. Whoa. I just spent $40 on this.
Yeah.
You're not borrowing my game, especially when the PlayStation came out with the disc and you could scratch it.
Yeah.
What? Because that's the era I started buying my games, like PlayStation era.
Mm-hmm.
What? Borrow my game? Nah.
Yeah.
Or somebody come over and play video games, they switching the games and they just take it out and throw it over here on the floor and don't put it in. Yeah. Whoa, fam. Yeah. Put that in the case that it's in. Close it properly. Place this you tripping, dog. And I used to have some exclusive stuff too. Like, I would have stuff that wasn't available in America at like 11.
And then too, at that age, it'll take you so long to save that money. Like, you was working for like $2 an hour.
Yes. That's why I'm like,
minimum of wage.
But that makes it, because you know me. Yeah. Think of how I treat like my stuff. Mm-hmm. I've been this way since like 6, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't new.
It makes sense, man. It makes a lot of sense.
Because I was like, bro, I put in sweat equity for this. Yeah. Like, I literally spent, or like you said, invested. I invested my money for this fun experience that I'm having from it. Got $1? All right, bet. Look, what if I told you that for that $1, you can get access to every course, training, and ebook from a 7-figure entrepreneur? Information that has people having 5-figure months, 6-figure years, and firing their jobs. Then what if I told you for that $1, you get an opportunity to be a 50-50 business partner with said 7-figure entrepreneur, where you literally get to learn while you earn. And then what if I told you for that $1, you get additional training from other 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs? And this is all updated weekly. And then what if I told you for that $1, a member within the community is giving $500 each and every week? Does that sound like something that you're interested in? If so, go ahead, click the link, and join a community of like-minded individuals that's focused on getting to the bag just like you. For that $1, you can get access to the community for 1 entire week. After that week, if you like it, which I know you're going to love it, it's only less than $1 a day after that. Literal pennies. We are showing people that it's crowded at the top. I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. It's an interesting perspective, because that versus somebody like me, I ain't started working for money until post college. Like, cause even in college, I had 2 or 3 jobs, like over the summer throughout my whole time at Southern.
Yeah.
Total of 3 days.
See, I ain't never had. See, but as I got older, I ain't had no jobs though, which I'm thankful for, because my pops was like, "You ain't about to work."
Yeah.
Because he was like, "You a kid, be a kid." Because I wanted, when people started to turn like 16 and went and got jobs and stuff, like, I wanted jobs because I wanted money.
Yeah.
I mean, you a kid. Like, he would tell me, you have your whole entire life to work.
Right. That's real.
You're not about to work right now. Yeah. Like, be a kid and play basketball. That's what you love to do.
See, when I was 16, I tried to get a job delivering newspapers. But I didn't get hired, though. Me and J-So, we tried to get some job delivering the Chronicles.
See, but I told my pops, I was like, all right, my mama don't care if I go get a job. You the one telling me not to. Give me some money then. So what he would do, which is still pennies on, he's like, all right, I would come to his spot like once over the summer, and he basically had like a handyman type job.
Mm-hmm.
I would like help him with some handyman stuff, and he would give me like a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Then I went and I would go flip the money.
Man, yeah.
And then that's how I went. So it's like basketball was my thing. So I would be on the city bus all over different hoods in the city, different parts, different gyms. We playing for money. I was a big gambler. We shooting dice for money. School come in. My parents didn't live together. My mama give me $20 for the week for lunch money. And hey, daddy, mama, they don't know because they ain't talking to each other.
Right.
Daddy, I need some lunch money. He give me $20. Okay, boom. Start Monday, I got $40.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now it's on me. I'm not eating lunch.
Yeah.
I'm not eating lunch.
Yeah.
Or we had the checkout line right here. And then over here, we had like Pizza Hut. But it was like and Pizza Hut costed more than a regular lunch. But it's like you would get the pizza here and you would pay for it here. So I'll go get the pizza and I'll walk away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or
and
just get
a little bit straight.
Yeah, I'm like, you see me on some college shit, like,
hey,
get some stuff here that you're supposed to pay for here. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Let's have fun.
Yeah, I ain't gonna get that story.
Yeah, we ain't gonna. But I'm just saying. So so imagine 16, 17, and you supposed to get some restaurant food here and pay for it here. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, or just people mess with you, throw you some food or something.
Yeah.
Get a girl. Blake, why you always? You silly. Why you always so hungry? You hungry? Yeah, girl, I'm hungry.
Like, man, y'all see Brittany lost 15 pounds since she started fucking with Blake. She done lost 15.
I be like, here, boy. Oh, they give it to you and be acting like they don't want to. Here, boy.
Yeah.
Here, take it. You get on my nerves. That's how they used to do me. You get on my nerves. Here, take it. Oh my gosh. You gonna call me tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna call you. You get on my nerves. You calling me tonight? Yeah, girl, I'm gonna call you. Chill.
Oh man. But I be over here editing reels in my head as we pod. I'm like, okay, I might do like a pink effect on this one. Like I might, when he go into character, I might.
But for me, like if you go back and ask people, like it wouldn't be at the norm to see like 14-year-old Blake with like $300, which ain't a lot of money, but to a 14-year-old,
that's a lot of money, bro.
$300 is a lot of money, and I would keep my stuff in like a rubber band.
Because you watch movies.
No, that's the bank account. First bank account, a shoebox.
Yeah.
And then it was like I had a thing where it's like I needed to have my stuff on me at all times. It was just something like with me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I got $300. It ain't under the mattress. Or,
it's in your pocket.
It's in my pocket. Or like when I was younger, if I had $40, it's in my sock.
Mm-hmm.
But you get $200, $300, $400, you can't put that in your sock no more.
Yeah.
So it's in a rubber band with all those small bills on the outside.
When you was selling candy, was you putting them in tennis balls?
You gotta relax. But people be
you taking out Johnny Reg's like
but look though, a lot of people be having that fake. Oh, I sold candy in high school. I was an entrepreneur. A lot of people be lying. Everybody ain't sell candy. I wasn't one of them candy people for real. I sold candy, but it was for a very short period of time, and my operation got shut down.
Well, we had this conversation yesterday. So that means you sold candy. It don't matter.
But I wasn't. But you know how just people be like, if you didn't sell candy in high school, you're not this. This isn't for you. No, I was gambling. We shooting dice. I'm in places I shouldn't be at shooting dice. That was my hustle. My hustle was dice. Most of the money I had at all times came from dice.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't why I say I wasn't a candy seller, because my senior year of high school, I don't know if y'all got it down here. We had something called co-op. So you go to school for half a day and then you go to work for half a day. That's the only time I had a job in high school.
Kinda, but it wasn't like work. It was more so like either community service or some around the school.
No, ours was work. So it's like, and in my high school, we had block scheduling like in college.
Yeah.
So we only had 4 classes a day. School started at 8:30. Second period be over. I don't know why I remember these. You was talking about my memory earlier. Second period ended at 11:37. So
second period. I was like, I heard second, but I still was seeing first.
School starts at 8:30.
Yeah.
Second period. So 2 classes, 11:37. That's my whole senior year. That's my day of school.
Yeah.
8:30 to 11:37.
Yeah, that was me too.
Then I was supposed to go to work. So I got a job at Target. I was the buggy. I'm collecting the carts, which is why to this day, if I got a cart, I don't leave it in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'll walk it to the thing because I'm like, just how I told you with the trash stuff, because somebody has to get it. And I was that somebody that had to get it.
Yeah.
Right. So I can't say I was a candy person, because the candy that I sold, sorry, Target, I might not have paid for the candy.
Hey, thank God the statute of limitations is up at this point, because we're revealing a lot in this episode.
Hey man, look. I ain't saying how I got the candy, but I got the candy.
I'm gonna make some beats for you this week, man. You got a future in hip hop. You got stories. You got stories you need to tell.
So I worked at Target. And I hoop. So I hoop. So we got basketball practice. So I'm only there for a couple hours. So and I would have to. They told me to get there by noon. I'm like, look, this Target ain't nowhere near my high school. So y'all want me to not eat no food, come all the way over. I'm like, I'm going to, even if I just leave straight from school and come, I'm going to be late.
Pause.
Nah, that's not a pause, bro.
Everything's a pause.
Anyways, I'm going to be late every day. So I would get there around like 12:10. Plus, you in school too. You want to holler at your partners before you leave.
For sure.
Get a little girl a hug. Maybe try to wait for your crush to.
Every time.
Yeah. So on top of that, and I remember too, I don't be seeing it in Target as much, but that's when they used to sell like popcorn and hot dogs and stuff. So I would like eat, and like Target used to smell good. Like that popcorn and stuff would be. So like on my little 15-minute breaks, because I would utilize my little 15-minute break, I would get something there. But this is how I know I want I can't call myself a candy seller, because my job, my senior year of high school, I only worked there for like 2 months. I got fired. So it's like I would go there. In my mind, I worked at Target. I would get 20 candy bars some type of way. In my head, then I would go get, and they were regular size candy bars. I would go back to school the next day. Between 8:30 and 11:37, I was selling for $1 a pop. So I was getting $20 a day. That's $100 a week. I'm 17.
Yeah.
So I'm getting $100 a week Monday through Friday, plus my whatever little couple $100 my paycheck was every 2 weeks. If it was a couple $100, whatever it was. Yeah. Then I had a car. I went and bought a car cash, came up with a agreement with one of my partners. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pay you $100. I'm gonna pay you $100 every 2 weeks for this car. So I was like, I'm 17. I got a car.
Yeah.
I got hundreds of dollars in my pocket. But at that point, all I wanted money for was for J's. I wanted money for J's and enough left over to like take a girl to Applebee's or something after a football game or the Cold Stone. So Saturday the J's come out, I'll be broke. And at that point, I would be getting like every Saturday. I'm there. Most of the shoes I wear now are still from high school.
Really?
That's why I was telling you earlier, like, man, I gotta get them. Like, soles is falling off. Like, they look good, but just
that's a long time ago, man.
But just age though. And so, but I got fired though because I think school starts with August. I got fired December, so it ain't like I had much run with the candy stuff, and I messed up my knee, so I couldn't do the buggy stuff. Because the reason I was able to go back here, because think if you buy clothes from Target, you got the hanger on. The person at the register, they take the hanger off, put it up under the bin. It's the buggy people that come empty the hangers from up under the joint. Where you empty the hangers at was the room where they had all the candy at. So just
get back there, just like getting what you need.
So just routinely, I go, I grab 3 candy bars. And next time I go, I grab 2. And next time I go, I grab 3. But it was always 20. It was something about 100. I'm like, I sell 20 of these a day. And you know, school is gonna sell like they act like you cannot get this. Like, I cannot wait till 320. I need it. Like, hey, bro, then you got that. I itch. I'm taking requests and stuff. What you want? Hey, man, tomorrow make sure you bring your Hershey cookies and cream. Like, all right, I got you, bro.
Man, that shit was so sweet. So sweet.
But I got fired because it was Christmas break. And dude was like, and my co-op, at my first high school, they had co-op too, but you had to bring your paycheck stub every 2 weeks to like show that you got a job. At my new high school, they was like, the track coach was like the dude, and he ain't make you bring your pay stubs every 2 weeks. It was just, he would just randomly pop up at your spot. They was like, he might pop up at your spot. He might not pop up at your spot. If he does, that's the one time for the whole semester he will ever pop up at your spot. It's Christmas break. They're like, I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna be able to work next week. They're like, why? I was like, I got basketball, holiday tournaments and stuff.
For sure.
Oh, we got tournament, we got these classics and all that type of stuff. And I'm a kid. I'm like, I'm not trying to. Target's not my
that ain't
my goal.
You ain't aspiring to be in that job.
Like, I'm trying to hoop for college. So I'm like, we got these tournaments, classes and stuff. Christmas holiday season. I ain't gonna be able to make it. That's like, okay, well, we'll see you the week after. I said, I can't come that week neither. I was like, why? So it's Christmas break. It's like, yeah, but like, you don't have any. Yeah, I was like, yeah, but it's Christmas break. That's like, it's Christmas break during this too. I'm like, yeah, I got games here, and then we just practicing that time. But I'm like, I'm a kid. It's Christmas break. Like, I need it's done. Like, Blake, you cannot not show up. I was like, I love what you say. I'm telling you, I'm not coming. This week is basketball stuff. The next week, I'm chilling. Like, I'm telling you, I'm not coming. I come in the whole 2 weeks later, clock in and stuff. My number still work. I go to the register because by then I was on the my knee had healed up and stuff, but they still had me on the register. I'm swiping. I'm working for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I got a little call on the little red phone. I get a little call. He's like, Blake, can you come in my office? I'm like, all right. Target. They might still have it. It's like one of them like mirror windows, like where they can see out, but you can't see in. It was like one of them right there. I'm like, all right. He says, hey, where were you last week? I said, at home. They're like, didn't we tell you that you gotta come in? I was like, yes, and I told you I wasn't coming in. He was like, well, I'm sorry to inform you, you've been terminated. And I said, dang, I'm 17, bro. I'm like, cool. I said, cool. I took off my little name tag pen. I put on this. I said, appreciate it.
Yeah.
I left and I didn't clock out because I was like, I wonder if it just stayed running. About like 2 weeks go by, and then I get a call from the track coach. He's like, hey, come to my office, we'll holler at you. And I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, how work been? I was like, it's cool. Just doing my thing. He's like, well, I went in there yesterday. They say you haven't been there for about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I said, where'd you go? I was like, where'd you go? Like, I said, where you go? You went to Target? He said, yeah. I said, I don't work there no more. I said, I don't work at Target. I work at, and I named the spot. That my cousin owned.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a clothing store. But for real, it was a drug front, but it was a clothing store.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that came to my mind. And he knew of the store and the area too. He was like, oh, so you work at blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I've been working there about 2 weeks now. I was like, they didn't tell you. I told him to call you. He probably knew.
I told him to call you.
He probably knew I was lying. He was just like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And so it's like my whole senior year, I went to school. I had 2 classes and I just had a free day.
Yeah.
And then we would go, because my other partner, this is like the throwback Jersey area.
Mm.
My other partner, his daddy owned the throwback store. That was his co-op job. He went to go work at his daddy's store. All my friends went to a high school right up the street. They used to skipping school. We ain't got school. We just all kicking it at the throwback shop, shooting dice. Girls is coming, like music playing. Yeah, girls is kicking it. Like it's a vibe because people weren't coming through the throwback store at like 1, 2, 3. And it's often the cut. Like you would have to, like it's not location wise, terrible place. Yeah. So it's like there's no foot traffic. And this is before social media, so it ain't like you can. Yeah.
That's funny.
We taking throwbacks and wearing them and stuff. My boy giving people throwbacks. I had the LeBron, St. Vincent St. Mary's joint, the gold with the green iris. Yeah. I had the baby blue Ozzie Smith St. Louis Cardinals joint. And come through the store. Come through the store like chilling. Yeah. Chilling. So my whole senior year was, but like I said, at that point I'm a senior. Like it wouldn't be at the norm for me to have $400, $500, $600 at the time. Right. I remember one time my mama even asked me. She said she don't remember it, but I remember. She was like, "Are you selling weed?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Well, you got this money and you get sneakers every week."
You a dope boy.
I was like, nah, it should be. I was like, I just be gambling. Like that's why I don't gamble today, because it was a thing, bro. Yeah, it's a bunch of youngins. Just, I mean, one of my partners, his daddy got all kinds of money from us. His daddy was from New York. All we shot was craps, 2 dice.
He played.
They played CeeLo with the 3 dice. Yeah. He taught us how to play CeeLo one day. He took everybody's money.
4-5-C.
It's a 40-something-year-old man taking teenagers. He took all of our money. Yeah. And then when he left, he said, "Y'all don't go tell." He had one eye too. He was like, "Y'all don't go tell y'all mamas and daddies, Mr. Blah blah blah, took y'all's money. Y'all gotta take us like men."
Toxic.
But that's why I be wondering, like, if those people that be like, because everybody got that same candy story. I'm like, man, I sold candy for a few weeks.
Yeah, I don't have that candy
story. But my hustle was like, I was like, man, we was outside.
Shooting dice at the throwback shop.
And shooting dice in school, bathrooms.
Yeah, bathroom, USA.
We outside, concrete, like in the hood, like everywhere. Like that was me and my circle of friends, all that we did was hoop and shot dice. Or gambled in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
We playing video games. That's NBA Live, but 2K was still a thing too. Some people had it.
On
Some people,
Dreamcast, right? Yeah.
When you used to have to shoot the free throws with both the joysticks and line them up.
Yeah.
We playing video games. Bet 10. Bet 20. Like running back. Like everything was a...
Y'all boys legit were living a prep school life.
My own boy won senior year. If I'm 17, he was 18. He came up so much one night in the dice game, he went and bought a car cash the next day.
Man. That's crazy.
Like a nice car too. For that time, it was a white Alero with TVs in the back, headrests.
Why did I think Alero before you even said Alero? I guess that was the car during that time.
He bought it from my cousin. It had TVs in the headrest and everything. Yeah. He had a painting of Jay-Z that he put in the front seat. And you would be feeling play. You ride with him, you in the back seat, and a picture of Jay-Z riding in the front. He pull up to some girls and he get out the car, and then you get out the car in the back seat. And I'm like, why, Blake, why you riding in the back? Because hoes riding in the front.
Wow.
But I don't think the entrepreneurial gene is. I think it's embedded in some people, but it can definitely be taught and trained.
Yeah.
Like some people just hustlers by nature. Like I'm a hustler by nature. Regardless, and I mean hustler, like not even like money wise. Like I'm just a go get it type personality. Regardless, like even when it came with like say sports stuff and whatever. But other people, it can definitely be. I'm basically. I said all that shit just to say you ain't gotta sell candy in high school to be no fucking entrepreneur, and stop listening to all these motherfuckers that got the same story of I sold candy in high school. If you didn't sell candy in high school, because I sold candy for like 2 weeks. My hustle, I'm out here in the streets gambling and shooting dice, and in my school, I ain't see that many people selling candy like that. So where was all these candy motherfuckers at? Hey man, go ahead, text me. Let's keep in touch. 859-605-3297. Again, 859-605-3297. Text me. It's crowded at the top. Hey, right now, I'm riding horseback in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs, all 6, 7, and 8-figure earners. The thing is that while we're here enjoying our life, we're all generating income right now because we know how to monetize our IP, our intellectual property. The problem is that you either have a gift and you don't know how to monetize it, or you don't know what your gift is. I want to help you tap into that gift to where you can make income while you're just living your life, enjoying the fruits of your labor, and making income literally 24/7. Go ahead and tap in and join me at the top. It's crowded at the top.